All right, Coach. Well, thank you for meeting with us today.
Thank you, guys.
Well, first of all, I want to talk about one win away from career number 500 for you. And
You know, I don't ever think about that until somebody brings it up. And, when they bring it up, just like you, the thing I think about is all the people that played a part of it. I just happen to be the head coach. It's all the former players, it's players now, it's coaching staff, it's my family. It's really their award for reaching that milestone. And, the other thing I think about is, goodness, I must be old. So, but it's a lot of people. It's not just for joy.
Right. Well, is this 18, year number
Here,
18?
starting
for you
18
at Southern?
here.
What's special about this team that really stands out to you?
I think there's a few things that makes this team a little different than maybe some of the more recent teams that we've had. Number one is personality. The energy that remains consistent within them, their willingness to work consistently. You always have teams that work and those things, but you hit highs and lows.
Right.
This team has had one low, and since we've been practicing since September 28th, and so they've bought in. We play no out of bounds. We're going after loose balls. We're trying to teach some toughness. As you saw our board over on the side where we keep turnovers, fouls, and then we have saves of the day, whether it's deflections, taking a charge, offensive rebound, so they can reward themselves with the mistakes that they've made to take off sprints at the end of practice. And like today, I was going to let them slide on the sprints. And immediately Fess Hawkins says, Coach, let's run them. And so again, that's a leader that you have on your team that kind of sets the stage for everything else.
And speaking of those seniors, you have several good ones returning, and it seems like experience is a factor for you guys.
The weird thing for our team is we have 4 with experience and then the rest of them. So out of 15 players, you've got 4, but then you got 11 that's not as experienced. So it's like 2 ends of the spectrum. When you look at balanced recruiting classes, our junior class is basically a transfer that's still learning, and Lauren Gross, a young lady that played some last year but is really playing well right now. And then you've got our 4 seniors, and the rest of them are freshmen and sophomores. But I will say this about our 4 seniors. 3 of the 4 have been in the program since their freshman year. Deja Almond, Destiny Smith, Kelsey Jones. So they've been through the highs and the lows, through trying to get to the mountaintop. They understand the process.
Right.
And I think that's what makes a huge difference. I wished all of them would be more vocal, but they're not. Everybody has their role. But at the same time, they understand that there's a level of expectation. And Fess Hawkins, which has only been with us a year, did not play much last year. Is expected to play a good bit this year. Fess has taken on more of a leadership role this year, and just trying to remain positive and trying to help our younger players understand that the expectation is here and coach isn't lowering her expectation. And so I think that's truly what the 4 of them together bring us, is the mental side, the emotional side, not really the X's and O's, but just that side of it. And to me, you win a lot of ball games on that side of it.
Right.
Also, I think Des, and Kelsey all have played a lot of minutes. All 3 of them. Now, Des is the one that's played the least amount of minutes of the 3 seniors that's been here. But Day and Kelsey, it's their time. They have got to step up. Day has stepped up. Kelsey has stepped up. You see that they see that it's coming to an end for them. And so their eagerness and their willingness to do something extra is there. And so their leadership is going to determine our success. Because as you watched us practice, our younger players are like a roller coaster. They're good and they're happy, and then they get frustrated, and it's a struggle. And so actually coming up this just a few minutes ago, I was down there talking with one of the freshmen, just because she started out practice great, and then she ended practice poorly, and she's crying. So it's those things that we're having to deal with those younger players.
Yeah.
Is the emotion, and that's 7 of them, so it's a lot of them, and they're very talented. Probably of that group, the most growth has been in Rose Warren and Bracayla Gray.
Okay.
Their growth just in the leadership aspect has really helped, and they played a good bit last year as a freshman. Malia Grayson has been injured. She's been in and out, and I think that if Malia would have been able to be in and involved with us consistently, she would be in that same category, which was co-freshman of the year last year in Conference USA.